Well, there's one more on the list, and this fella is on the list because he's been linked with us. He's played in the Premier League. He's good stature, good footballer, and it is Abdoulaye Doucoure at Watford. Now, I know I'm just going to give you the plus points, and then you can
give me all the plus points you like.
You can poo-poo the idea all you want. And this isn't me saying I want him. I'm just saying a reason why I think he would improve Everton, without not even looking at his numbers just at the moment. But he's over 6 foot.
6'2", yeah.
He can get up and down the pitch, gets around the pitch really well. And the one thing he's got that none of the other ones have got that we've put on, and nobody at Everton have got in a central position, is he scores goals.
He does.
He gets into the penalty area and puts the ball in the net.
More than any other centre, he gets to the penalty area. Last season, I haven't checked numbers this season, more than any other centre midfielder in Europe.
Now, what I would say is he's been at Watford 3 seasons. First season he got 7, second season he got 6, last year he got 4. But he's had...
They got worse also.
Yeah, I think but they were poor. Yeah. And I think his assists are somewhere about 5 in each season.
Yeah.
Like, those kind of numbers are better than any of our 100%. Wingers or midfield players. And I get it. I think if he played in our midfield, he wouldn't be able to play with Gomez probably. That's because neither of them can do that job. If you put 3 in there, then maybe you could. If you had one who could do the job on those two, I think that'd be quite a nice mix of midfield. Yeah. I think if you put him in with someone like Santa Maria or Sangari or even Alan, maybe, I think he'd be fine. So they're all the plus points for me. The goal thing is huge, I think, and the Premier League experience, because he's somebody who, if you got 5 goals from a central position in midfield for Everton, it'd make a huge difference. A huge difference. He's good on the ball as well, a good runner. So they're all the positive stuff for him. Negative stuff is he's going to be 28 this season. Watford probably won 25 million, I guess, for him. Maybe they want him out the club now and off the wage bill. Who knows? I still don't think 25 million is that much of a stretch for someone with Premier League experience who's different to what we've got. Go.
For example, right, if we were looking for someone to play with Gbamin, then I'd probably be all for it, maybe. Yeah. Sans the age, I'd probably be all for it, because Gbamin can sit, he moves on. The issue is, right now, is without Gbamin being fit, we've still got Tom Davis, we've got Andre Gomez, we've got Gylfi Sigurdsson, hopefully not all of them next season. Yeah. He goes to that category, though, because he isn't a defensive midfielder. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he can play defensive midfield, but Etienne Capoue is the ball winner in that midfield. I know that. He's the structure of that midfield, and what we need is someone to add structure to the midfield. But
shouldn't we be looking for 2?
No, I agree. I agree with that part of it, but the problem is, I think we need 2
defensive midfield.
But not only that, because Gbamin can play box to box. His last season for Mainz, he played as box to box. Because Pierre Koundé played defensive midfield. It's really key, though, that we sign. If you played them in Gomez, we're still going to have the same structural problems. And obviously, about Gbamin, I don't be wrong, 2, but I go on the basis that it's probably going to only be 1. I think we need 2. I've got no doubts about that. But I go on the basis that it'll only be 1, because I don't think we're signing 5 players, and I think we need 4 positions. So if it's 1, it can't be him being the 1, because he doesn't have that structure, that screen in the back 4, the ball winning ability. Because we'll just look at his numbers a second. Yeah. Similar numbers to Tom Davis in terms of tackles, which, don't be wrong, I think he's better than that, because he can win the ball. But pressing, good, because we press in this league, that more
so 13.24 presses per game. That's
presses
good.
In the middle third. Possession similar to Santa Maria, not as high as it should be, but whatever the reason that is. And progressive passes 5.35, and that's his main issue. You see, he's better as an off-ball runner into the box rather than someone in build-up. Now, if he was playing with Gomez, fine. But I think if the midfield, and I actually don't think he's that great technically. I think he's good technically. I don't think Sangari's much worse, though, which is the funny point about him. I think under pressure, Doucoure can sometimes make the bad decisions, the wrong pass. So that's why I have the issue with that Sangari, even him Sangari not being good enough technically or whatever. We'll move on from there. I think Doucoure's a good player, and what you do say about him getting in the box is really key, because we just don't have that. We haven't had that since probably Osman or KO. KO was a bit further forward, but the similar type of player. Got near the box and scored 4 or 5 a season every season in Osman's case. It's just that it's again, this is more the talents, yes. The fit, no, and that's I think, like I say to people, you can have we can want all the talent in the world. People like, oh, well, we want sign so and so. they have to fit. You have to be the right fit for Everton. And sadly, at this point in time, a box-to-box midfielder like Doucoure of his type isn't the right fit for what we need. Okay. But he is a good player. There's no doubt about that. I think sadly for him, a move probably is coming a year and a half too late, maybe. If he moved in Silva's first season to us, I think he was one of the 3 players, Richarlison, Andre Carrillo, where's he now? We're going to come. And if he got them then, great. Imagine him gone again, you know what I mean? That would have been perfect, but we didn't. And I think he's a bit... I think he'll probably get a good move somewhere, but I don't think it's the right time for him in Everton anymore.
1.76 progressive runs
which is his key, because he can drive. If you watch him, there's been a couple of times where he's picked the ball on the edge of his penalty and they've ended up in the box nearly. Yeah. He can do that. A big, powerful runner, strong, attacks the space well, knows how to put the defenders on the back foot. Again, though, you know, Andre Gomez should be that type of midfielder for us. We'll see whether that happens, but I think we need someone to add. The key is cutting down on the amount of easy chances that come through midfield because you're leaving too much pressure on your centre backs.
What if we went for 2 though?
Then
would that make it easier for you?
If it was him and Santa Maria, then yes, because then you'd have the 4. Then so you'd have Gbamin who can play defensive midfield. You'd have Santa Maria, so you'd have them 2, and then you'd have the 2 box-to-box players, and you've also got Gbamin who can play with any of them really because he can play both positions. Then yes. But I don't see
not if he's a 1. If it's 1, then no.
But
that's fair enough. That's
27 as well. You know, if you give before your deal, 31, fine. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to. He starts. It's honestly he's a late starter. I don't think he starts playing first team football. He's 22, 23 anyway. So he's got a lot of mileage left.
No, well, that's fair. I mean, that's fair enough. If you're talking about one position,
that's the way I look at it.
One sign, and then no, he probably isn't.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
If it's going to be 2 and you're looking to match it up, then definitely. I think he makes sense because he's got the experience. There's no need for him to acclimatise. Knows the game, gets up and down. Can he compete? Yes, he can. Got something we haven't got, which is goals in him, which we don't have. Makes a massive difference, I think. Definitely. But there you go.